Welcome, everybody. We had a very productive open week. Had a very enthusiastic Tiger Bowl, led by a tackle pass to Darrell Rosenthal for a touchdown. He got called back on a penalty. I thought our coaches, especially on offense, were very creative. Foster Morrow and Nick Brissett were the head coaches. I thought they brought a lot of energy. Tough football team. John Trey Kirkland played Wildcat quarterback. There was a lot of fun out there. The guys did a tremendous job. DeRay Jenkins was the MVP. I think he had 3 or 4 touchdowns. And I thought it was a tremendous job by our staff. We had a very positive weekend of recruiting. Our guys were out recruiting on Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday. We saw a lot of top recruits, guys that could really help us win championships. And now it's on to 7 p.m. CBS, LSU versus Alabama. It's going to be an outstanding week of practice, preparation against an outstanding team. I know our fans are going to be there. They'll be there early in their Tiger Walk. Our players thrive off of that. I know the energy in the state of Louisiana and the energy is in the stadium is going to be something that we haven't seen for a long time in Louisiana. We're looking forward to our game. We're looking forward to our matchup versus Alabama. A little bit about them. Obviously, they're an outstanding football team. They have a very explosive offense led by Tua. Tua is a RPO run-pass option quarterback. He's very good, very quick release. Does a very good job on his pre-snap reads. He has a very good offensive line. Damian Harris, a very good running back. He has a slew of running backs. Jerry Jeudy, number 4, is their best receiver. He's a big play guy. On defense, a typical Alabama defense, 3-4, tough against the run. Very good defensive line. Skilled athletes, a linebacker that can run, young corners that are very good. We recruited both of those guys. We know them very well. But we feel that, again, another good Alabama defense and very explosive on special teams. This week's going to be about us. This is going to be about preparation, blocking out the noise. Looking forward to having our team back today on Monday and having an excellent week of preparation. Any questions?
Coach, could you speak to Tua's escapability and his accuracy on the run? It seems next level.
What was his accuracy on?
And his ability to on the run to get out of the pocket.
Yeah, he's a great athlete. First of all, his release is phenomenal. His ability to run, outstanding athlete. I don't know how much they want to run him. I think they could run him more and run past Keys. But you're going to have to contain him, keep him in the pocket, make him throw out of a well. He's a little bit taller than I expected him to be after meeting him in person. He's a great player.
Coach, when Alabama throws the ball, it doesn't seem like they're dink and dunk. Seems like they're really chunking the ball down the field. What are the challenges their wide receivers present to you? And is it because he has so much time to throw he's able to do this?
A lot of double moves, a lot of creative routes, 7 routes, chair 7s, like we call them, smash routes. They know how to attack coverages. They're very well coached. But, we have some good DBs. We know we lead the country in the interceptions. I think we match up well with them. It's going to be a battle, but I like our DBs. I think we match up very well.
Coach, can you talk about the challenge over here on your right? Coach, on your right? Coach, on your right?
Oh, right.
Sorry.
I got you.
Can you talk about the challenge for the offensive line this week, not only in pass protection but in maintaining drives?
Yeah. We have to eliminate negative plays. We had too many negative plays against a very good Mississippi State line defense. Alabama's a little bit different than Mississippi State. They're more of a 3-4. Mississippi State was out of a 4-3. They slanted. But these guys hold their gap. They're tough against double teams. They don't want to give you anything inside the tackles, and they let the linebackers run from sideline to sideline. So we're going to have to be able to run the football like we did against Georgia, hold our blocks, protect the quarterback, give it enough time to get the ball down the field.
Right in the middle. What would be your message to the team this week? Would you like a gradual build-up to game time, or do you want to?
No. We're not going to explode till 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're going to take it one day at a time. Today is Tell the Truth Monday. We're going to talk about the things that we did well last week, the things that we have to prepare for this week. We're going to take it one game at a time, one day at a time. I know this. Our coaching staff is ready. Our team is ready, but there's nothing that you can do till Saturday night but win the day. Get the most that we can out of today.
In the past, against Alabama, it always seems like you're just trying to figure a way to score. How does it change the dynamic knowing that, it'll probably take at least 30 points or so going in?
Who said 30 points?
I did, actually.
Okay, good.
But,
Good. Alabama, you have to, it all starts with protection. You've got to protect. They have a lot of sacks. They're very creative in their pass rush. We're going to have to get the ball out of Joe's hands quick, but we're going to have to be able to run the football.
I guess what I'm saying is, do you change your approach going in, maybe even being a little more aggressive and throwing that kitchen sink?
We're going to go to win the game, I can tell you that. And we're going to figure out a game plan that fits this week, a game plan that fits the team, and we haven't figured that out yet.
Do you think you guys are any closer to maybe deciding who might fill in for Devin White in that first half?
It's going to be a part out of Patrick and Micah. We're not decided on that yet. But Damon is a good young player. He's not ready yet. And it'll probably be out of Patrick and Micah.
Coach, kind of in the middle. Third different offensive coordinator at Alabama in 3 years. We've talked a bunch about Tua, but does Mike Loxley do anything different offensively than what you've seen in the last 2 years?
Yeah, RPOs. The RPOs are prevalent. Pre-snap reads. They're getting rid of the ball quicker. They're taking shots down the field. I think the run game is very similar to what Lane had. Inside zone, outside zone, counters, powers. Not as much run game with the quarterback as it was with Jalen Hurts. Obviously, because I think they have Jalen's hurt, and they can't afford to get another quarterback hurt, but it's very similar, but the RPOs are more prevalent.
Coach, down here. You've talked and given credit a lot to, you wanted to build a bigger staff of analysts, and you did that, and they've kind of helped y'all prepare weeks ahead for games. Just kind of expound on that, and how does that help going into a game like this?
Well, the information that we have on those guys started this summer. We spent a couple of days on each team in Alabama this summer. So we have breaking down every game that Alabama played last year. We have a breakdown on every game that they played this year. We know what hurts them. We know what they do very well. Dave has appointed each analyst a different section for them to study. Think about this. Kevin Coyle is studying something as an NFL coordinator would for 15 years or a defensive coordinator for 15 years. So he brings a wealth of knowledge, especially in the back end. Him and Bill Bush have been an excellent addition to our team. Last year, we played the run very well against Alabama. They exploited us in the passing game. I feel with the addition of Bill Bush, Kevin Cole, Corey Raymond, and Dave Aranda, we're much more suited to play their passing game this year.
Coach, over here, couple of things. I think you had said, I don't know, when this game came up maybe last year or whatever, that you didn't want to place too much emphasis on the game. You wanted to have more of a business-like approach to it.
Yeah.
What does that do for your team? And two, they have not been under any stress at all this year, Alabama.
Yeah.
Do you think there is an inherent advantage if you could put them under some stress, especially early in the game?
We're going to find out. I'll tell you that. Again, I know and everybody knows how big this game is for the state of Louisiana, for our football team. But I am not going to make it bigger than life, that our guys can't handle it. So we're going to approach this game. We're not going to say it's like every other game. We understand that this is the game. But we're going to approach every day like we've done, and we're not going to change our process. Now, when it comes down to game time, there's going to be an excitement in the air that's going to be different for this game. That just happens that way. And that's how it is versus LSU Alabama. But there's nothing I need to say or do different this week to get these guys fired up. What was the second part of it?
About them not being under it. They haven't
been under
stress the whole season.
Yeah, listen, you come into Tiger Stadium and it's loud, you're going to be into some stress. You play our defense, you're going to be into some stress. So we expect this to be an exciting game, a matchup. We expect this to be a battle for 60 minutes, and there's going to be stress on both sides. And we'll see what happens in the game.
Coach, you've gone up against some really good quarterbacks over the years. Is there anybody that comes to mind that you can think of that sort of maybe is similar to Tua and kind of, you know, you compare and say, hey, wow, maybe this guy kind of reminds me of Tua in his skill set?
You know, I haven't thought about it like that. You know, I would say, although I didn't play him, Michael Vick. And I'll say he's that type of player, doesn't run as much, but quick release, great athlete, maybe. But I didn't play Michael, so that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Coach, down here, LSU leads the nation right now with 14 interceptions, Tua yet to throw an interception so far this season. What would you like to see from your defense this week?
A lot more interceptions. You know, he's very quick with the ball and very accurate. But, you know, I believe in our guys. I believe in our defensive scheme. I believe we have some of the best DBs in the country. This is going to be a tremendous matchup. I know our guys are going to be fired up. They're going to hear all that stuff this week. So there's going to be extra motivation for them. But we're going to have to go out and do it Saturday. But I do believe that our guys will be ready to match their receivers.
Coach, what is the health of your offensive line, and is there advantage to playing maybe a Garrett Brumfield who isn't at 100%, but he's seen what Alabama can bring?
You know, surprisingly, I talked to Jack this morning. He feels that Garrett's going to be ready to go, and is going to be about as healthy as he possibly can right now. So that gives us a boost. You know, Garrett brings a tremendous amount of leadership, a tremendous amount of confidence, and he also makes the calls. And he helps the left tackle. He helps Sadiq. Him and Sadiq have a tremendous relationship there, and also Lloyd. So I think that's going to give us a big boost. We also can play Chason behind him. Chason's physical. He's athletic. He can handle this type of game. So if Garrett needs a spell, I think we have developed depth there that makes us stronger.
Coach, in the back here, I know every year is different and you don't really like to harp on the past, but does the losing streak motivate the team at all, or is that really not affecting what?
You know, we don't talk about that, and that's not something that's discussed. We take it one game at a time, but obviously I think all of us feel it, and we understand the importance of beating Alabama at LSU, and I think that's going to play into some motivation this week. I don't have to say it, though.
How would you describe the team's confidence level now? I mean, now that you've seen battle-tested 7-1 team?
I think it's very high. I think it's very high, but it's modest. Knowing that we know this as a football team, we have to be hungry. We have to play our best to play with anybody. But when we do play our best, we can play with anybody. And so we have gone out and played a complete game against some teams, and we've seen the results. We've gone out and kind of misfired and struggled a little bit and didn't win against Florida where we should have won that game. I feel like we was a better football team. We've gone out and played some lesser opponents, kind of played to their level, and the game didn't look good and we won it. But I think this team is mature enough to understand that all they got to do is play their best to beat Alabama. If we play our best, we are capable of doing it. We really feel that now. We have to go out and do it.
Hey, down here. You know, missed opportunities on deep shots last year were such a big factor, and what you guys have been able to do with that this year, how much do you think that's different for this team?
Well, I do believe that Joe has proved that he can throw the deep ball. But we're going to have to protect. I thought we protected very well last year against them. We had DJ open a couple of times. Hopefully we can get our guys open. I do believe Joe can make that throw. But it's all going to start with protection.
Kind of along that same line, you talked a lot about trust and trusting your coordinators and the ability that Joe and Steve have had to work together this year. Do you feel better suited, and are you more comfortable going into this game maybe than you have in the past?
No question. Yeah, I believe that. You know, the first year when we're interim coaches, we didn't play very well on offense. And we tried to do some different things that were kind of out of whack a little bit that wasn't us. And we have to be us. And I think the team that you've seen in the last couple of teams is us. Now, obviously, we're going to have to do a couple of different things because they're very good on defense and they know exactly what we're doing. So there's going to be a couple of changes this week that we're going to have to give them to keep them off guard.
Coach, this game has a history of kind of going down to the wire. The last time y'all won was obviously settled with field goals. how much of a mental edge, how much of a comfort is it to know Cole has some experience with that and maybe Alabama doesn't as much?
You know, Cole has brought a tremendous amount of confidence in our football team. And like I said, anytime we get to the 33, I feel like we got 3 points. And but we're going to have to get to the 33, and for sure. And there's going to be some times where we're going to have to go for it. It all depends on the course of the football game. But we feel that we can get down to the end with anybody. We can beat them with Cole.
What can you do to improve your red zone scoring opportunities? Is it concept? Is it specific play design, personnel?
Yeah, I think first of all it's concept. I think that we got bogged down there. We have to look at what we're doing, which we have this week. We have to get guys open. We have to protect better. I think all those things need to become better. We can't rely on just 3 points, and I think that the offense has used that as a crutch a little bit, that we're going to get 3 points. That's been our goal, to get touchdowns in the red zone. Obviously, it's going to be tough sledding this week, but the thing I want to make sure that we do when we get down the red zone, take care of that football. I didn't like the turnover last week.
Coach, LSU fans have obviously been waiting for a quarterback to win this game. What do you like about Joe when it comes to his demeanor and kind of his teammates, what they gravitate to him in that fashion?
Yeah, Joe's not going to panic. He's going to be confident. He's going to want to play his best game. He's got that linebacker mentality. He's tough. This is a big man's game. This is a tough game. You're going to get hit. There's going to be some punches thrown, and you can't back down. There's going to be some rough sledding. They're going to make some plays. They're going to blitz your protection. They're going to do some things that is going to be tough. But I think Joe is seasoned enough that he can go through that, not panic, and put us in the right situation. I think this is a game that he's going to have to make some calls at the line of scrimmage to put us in the right play, the right situation, and get us out of bad situations. I do know this. I believe in Joe. The team believes in him. Feel good about him.
Coach, most weeks you got a week to prepare for a team. This week you got 2 weeks going into this game. How much more dangerous and effective is Dave Aranda when he's got that extra week to kind of game plan and
Dave's been spot on. I thought his first year against Lane, he was excellent. I thought he stayed ahead of the coordinator. 0-0 going into the fourth quarter. Jalen Hurst made a couple of plays. That's all it was. I thought he was excellent. Last year we struggled a little bit. We went in there. I thought last year they were one of the best running teams I'd ever seen. And we busted our tails to stop the run. And we did a pretty good job, and they beat us in the passing game, so we weren't very happy with that part. Now, we're going to have to play a complete game on defense to stop their run game and their passing game. No one has done it yet. But if there's anybody can do it, it's our defensive staff. I do believe in them.
Coach, over here to your right. Based on the change they made in the national championship game last year, would you expect in this game, this kind of magnitude, that they would make a change just to give you something different to look at?
With the week off, there are going to be some different things. You know what I'm saying? Now, you asked me if they're going to change quarterback. We'll be prepared for them. We always have a different plan for a different quarterback. We'll be prepared. But the way that guy's playing, it's hard to take him out.
Over here, kind of a question about freshmen in the SEC, but to what extent is this game an example of how difficult it can be for true freshmen to be ready to play in this conference? And on the flip side, do you see the possibility that some true freshmen could have a big impact in this game?
Yeah. There's going to be true freshmen playing, obviously, on both sides. Obviously, those true freshmen are tremendous football players. And they would, this is what, 8th game of the season, 9th game of the season, so these guys wouldn't have gotten that far if they wouldn't be producing. So obviously the coaches believe on them on both sides, and they should be ready to go. So.
Hey, down here. With 3 top 10 wins already in the season, with this game coming up, just the context of what this game would mean for this program and in the direction y'all are heading.
All that stuff is on the perimeter. All that stuff is out there with noise and stuff. You start thinking about that too much, you get punched in the mouth. This is a game where you got to focus in on the fundamentals. You got to be mentally tough. You can't worry about what if this happens, what if that happens, where this brings us. all that stuff goes out after the kickoff, and it's about beating your man. It's about executing. One thing that Alabama does well, they're not fancy. Be honest with you, they run basic plays that are run very well with great execution.
How much have you seen of their receivers, and Jerry Jeudy specifically just really seems to have exploded?
Phenomenal player. Double moves. They move him around. They know Tua knows where he's at all the time. The RPOs, if you play off of him, he'll throw a slant, gain 30 yards, beat a safety. You press him, you get double moves, corner routes. The guy's a phenomenal football player. Probably one of the best receivers we're going to see all year.
Coach, what was your reception like at the high school game Friday night? Were some Alabama fans surprised to see you? And how was Tua talking to you?
It was great. Obviously, I couldn't speak for him long because he's family. I just introduced myself and I told him, hey, you're one of the best players in the country. See you later. And that was it. And, it's not a contact period, so I could not. You can only have a bump, so I didn't speak to him long. He was very respectful, obviously. I thought it was a great game. It was a great atmosphere. It was great players. I enjoyed being there.
What about the fans?
They were great. Great. Nothing. Had a couple of Go Tigers. It was all good.
Coach, a guy like Devin White who's done everything that you've asked him to do and had a great rep and everything, are you concerned like somebody could look on the outside and try to label him a dirty player or something for him?
No, no way. No way. No way. Devin is one of the best young men I know. And after you look at that hit, it wasn't dirty. It was not, so I don't worry about it at all.
How has the team responded in the last
Great.
week to the whole
Everybody's got to pick it up, starting with me. Everybody knows that. And this team plays well when they're mad. I coach better when I'm mad. I like it. It's good. We need to be that way.
Coach, can you talk about the importance of the defensive line over here on your right? Up here again.
Okay.
Can you talk about the importance of the defensive line winning their one-on-one battles to give your secondary the opportunity to make plays?
It's a big man's game. This game is always won in the trenches. We have to do a great job in our techniques. This is going to be a technical game. Stay in your gap, own your double team, put pressure on the quarterback. Also keeping them in the pocket, not letting them run outside, not letting them run inside. This is going to be a tremendous challenge for our defensive line. They have an excellent offensive line. They're very well coached. Not many defensive lines have shut them down yet. Thank you.